Hi guys, we are back with another foundation review. We are going to be reviewing today the Flower Beauty Pore Perfect Instant Blur Stick and Plus Multitasking Foundation. It has the blurring primer on one side, and then on the other side it has like the foundation stick. And now I don't really dabble in Flower Beauty that often, but when I saw this I thought, you know, foundation sticks are really popular, are really in right now. I know everyone likes the Makeup Forever one, the Hourglass one. So I thought it would be fun to try this drugstore one. It said it was new on their website. Alright, so the blur stick, it says that it's supposed to instantly blur out my pores, texture, and it mattifies in one single swipe. That's what it's saying. So we're going to test that out on, should I just do one side? No, it doesn't matter because this foundation comes with it, so I'm going to do both sides. The other end, full coverage, formulated with treated pigments to conceal darkness and imperfections completely. Weightless, crease-proof, and buildable. Okay, so basically we're gonna dabble in. Also, if I didn't say, this foundation is $12.99, so kind of an average drugstore price. We're supposed to take this side and sweep it all over our face where we need to blur pores. Oh, it feels really like thick, like it's not going on. It's like almost dry. Oh, it's much better if I put it on my finger and kind of heat it up first and then put it on. So I'm just gonna massage this into the skin, just in like usually large pore areas. Oh, it does not smell good. It smells like chemicals and plastic. Alright, so the majority of my pores I get are right here, right here, and right here. So definitely much better if you heat it up. If you go in like this, it just doesn't feel good. Alright, that is good. So, do I look mattified? Are my pores filled? Let's see. I mean, it definitely does a little bit of pore filling. You can definitely tell there's like probably dimethicone in this, a little bit of silicone that fills the pores a little bit. So that it is doing its job. We'll just see how it works under the foundation. I'm going to use a brush today, not a beauty blender. That's just how I've been putting my foundation on lately. Okay, so this is supposed to be super full coverage, so I don't want to put too much on as I, you know, I feel like when you do this, you get carried away painting warrior painting stripes. Alright, this color seems to match me perfectly. Oh, and I forgot to say that this is the color Porcelain. This is the lightest color they have, so if you are any fairer than me, this is not going to work. And when I was looking at all the colors, they looked a little on the warmer side. Alright, let's blend this bad boy in. I mean, that is not full coverage in the slightest. Like, you can see even faint veins, and like, that's an old acne scar. This is not full coverage at all. And I thought I was going to be in trouble. I thought I put on too much. Okay, so this is not full coverage. I would call this light coverage. Maybe light to medium, depending on how much you put on. So let's just, I mean, I'd be fine with stopping here, but let's just, for the sake of the video, you know, double it up and see if we can build it. Because it says it's buildable. But still, this is not full coverage at all. Alright, well that built it up to about medium coverage. Definitely not full coverage. I mean, I have full coverage foundations that you only have to put on a little bit, and they are so full coverage that if you put on too much, it would be like cake face. And so this is definitely not full coverage at all. And I can tell that it's that slick kind of formula that if you had any imperfections or like any texture or dryness, it would really grab onto it, and it would like adhere to it and like accentuate it almost. It's very almost greasy feeling. It does have a natural finish, but I could tell like if I had any acne, or if I had like, and I'm really hydrated. You guys know I put oils on my face every day, so I'm hydrated. If I had it and I did have drier skin, this would really grab to it. I can kind of see it grabbing a little bit like on the inside of my nose. So I guess we'll see. This will be something that we'll see throughout the day how it kind of goes, but I can already tell that if you have textured skin, this is not going to be a foundation that you're going to like. It's just got that oily, slick feeling that will kind of cling to anything, which is kind of a bummer. My pores do look slightly blurred, so I will give it that, but will it continue to look that way? I don't know. It does look a little bit drying. It also still feels really greasy, just kind of like a slick feeling to it. So we will see. So basically, we were looking to see if it was full coverage. It is not full coverage at all. Was it buildable? Yes, it was buildable, but this was a second layer, and I did quite a bit of swipes. I just don't know how I would feel about continuing to build it up. I would rather have a actual full coverage foundation and wear less than continuing to build up this oily, slick feeling, because I have a feeling that it might move around. Is it good for dry skin? I'm gonna say probably not, but we'll know at the end of the day. And is it long wearing? That's another thing that we will see at the end of the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and get ready, come back, and we will see how it worked applying other makeup on top. And then again, you guys know, we'll do check-ins throughout the day to see how this foundation wears throughout the day. So I will see you guys now. All right, guys, we are back with all the makeup on. I have applied makeup over top, and I have to say, I'm kind of on the fence about this because I am already noticing, like, had I not hydrated, it would be clinging to a ton of dryness. But I have hydrated and it still is clinging to some spots, like kind of around my nose right here where I get a little bit drier. I get dry like on the edge of my nose. It's weird, but it was very slick feeling. It did move around when I put my bronzer on right here. So my bronzer almost looks like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but just a little muddy on this side of my face. I didn't set it at all because I really wanted to. I was worried that if I set it, it would be extremely dry. It's kind of an odd foundation because it's got that oily, slick feeling that you would kind of want to set, and yet it's like kind of clinging onto my dry patches, so I don't want to set it. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see what it looks like up close, and then we will continue to do check-ins. We will continue to do check-ins throughout the day to see how it wears, to see if it's long wearing. But right now, it's just not, it's not something that I'm like, oh wow, this looks great. It's kind of like, I got it to work, I think. I guess we'll see the farther we get in the day if it's gonna dry out or if it's gonna get oily. I guess that will be the difference. But again, it is not full coverage at all. And I put concealer under my eyes, but I didn't want to spot conceal anywhere because I really wanted to show you guys what it actually looks like. Okay, so this is what it is up close. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is like dryness kind of right here on my nose. You can see that it didn't actually conceal. Like I have a vein right here I can still see, and I have like an old kind of blemish that's all healed, but it's kind of scarred. You can kind of see like still like a little bit of pigmentation throughout there. It doesn't look the greatest. I hope that it's translating on camera how it is in person, because like it is dry and it is a little patchy, and kind of around here I did notice like when I was putting on my foundation that the foundation was, when I was putting on my concealer that the foundation was moving a little bit. So I quickly just kind of used my concealer to kind of cover where it was moving, and that seemed to work. But I'm nervous that if I touch my face throughout the day, it's gonna just, you know, look blotchy. But we will see. I will come back later on today and we will see how it wore and see if it's, you know, a good foundation. All right, guys, it is, let me get some lip gloss on. Let me just put myself halfway together. All right, guys. My dog is gonna start barking any second. No, we'll wait until I am filming and then he'll bark because he's stupid. All right, guys, it has been some hours. I believe when I filmed, it was early. It was like 10 o'clock when I filmed, and it's now 6:30, so it has been a minute. And I literally have been out all day, and it is so cold here. Just like deathly cold. I hate the in-between weather where it's like spring and it's like, is it winter? Is it spring? Is it winter? Is it spring? I hate that time. Okay, so I'm gonna look-see at my face. Oh, this highlighter still has the sticker on it. There's a little bit of dryness still around my nose. Okay, so it didn't get more dry, but it's shifted a lot and moved around a lot, and there's a little bit of dryness. Like it's completely off my chin, off my nose, off all of right here. Yeah, this is not long wearing. I can still feel it. It's still actually quite slick, that slick feeling, which I don't love. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this foundation is not good. I can't even see it being good for oily skin because of that oily slick feeling. It's not good for dry skin. To be honest, unless you want like the lightest coverage possible, then maybe you would like this. But for me, if I'm just gonna go with a really sheer light coverage, I would rather reach for like a BB cream or a CC cream that has like some SPF in it instead of like the stick foundation. I mean, the pores are blurred a little bit. They just kind of look kind of filled with that silicone-y look. So they are blurred. Not much of a face toucher. So this is pretty weird that it's worn off. Usually my foundation, even like not so great foundations last and they don't usually wear off or break apart on me because I'm not a big face toucher. So it's weird that it's like completely gone off my chin, off like all around my nose, off all right here. Let's see if it creased. I mean, a little bit of creasing, but not anything crazy. So it is a little bit crease proof. There are foundations that I've had that crease worse, but I don't know. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see all the, you know, nitty-gritty imperfections and you guys can decide. Here we are up close. Can you tell my windows from this side? Sure. Well, I can't really change my lighting now. Okay, so if you guys can see, it's like completely worn off on my chin. All the way around my nose, it's all worn off. You can see like everything right here. I don't know if you can see that my bronzer just looks not very good, not very blended. It kind of looks muddy. You can see some slight texturing right here. Didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, don't recommend it. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.